All right. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining Samantha and I today. Samantha and I are part of the marketing team at FranceSmart, and we are lucky to be joined by Janice Nichols today, one of our very first franchisees to open a GLO30 location and join the 100 membership club. Janice, could you introduce yourself and share a little bit more about your background?
So I'm Janice Nichols. I have been in the spa, beauty, fitness, wellness space for over 35 years. So I've been doing this for a very long time. And I started off in day spas and I absolutely loved it. But in my last 10 years worked in hotel spas. And so currently I have a full-time job doing management and consulting of super high-end hospitality spas and resorts. And in my free time, I decided to open a GLO30 franchise. So I'm taking everything that I've learned previously in my career and applying it to something a little bit new, a new twist with the med spa aspect to the treatments that we're offering. So yeah, it's a journey and I'm learning and it's been super exciting.
Wow, it sounds like you've built a really successful life and career. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to take such an ambitious step, especially in your free time when you currently have a full-time job, to go ahead and open up your own business in Glow 30?
Yeah, so, I'm in my 60s and I'm really looking at transitioning. I don't want to work forever, so I kind of want to semi-retire. And so this is my road to retirement. This is, an option for me to move out of full-time work, but still have an income, do something that I love, that I enjoy, be part of this amazing old town community here. And so, yeah, this just kind of fell in our lap because my partner, Scott Shaw, learned about the franchise, was talking to a friend. The friend came to me and said, "Hey, my very good friend, who's a very successful businessman, is looking at this spa type franchise. He should talk to you." And voila, it just dropped in my lap and we became partners and here we are.
So, well, you answered my next question, but I did want to dive in a little bit more about your background and how do you think it's played a role in setting you up for success as a business owner with Glow 30, especially?
Yeah, so I think the industry knowledge is helpful. But again, I've been in all types of spas, right? But not necessarily, some of them have had a med spa aspect, but not necessarily. I mean, let's face it, Glow 30 is very much in their own lane, right? What we're doing is unique, right? And in our studios. But I think what has been really helpful for me is, and would be for any other franchisee, is just the management ability, really the leadership skills, being able to lead a team, being able to really inspire your team, clearly communicate your goals, lay out a very distinct and clear path to success that they're all joining in on is really essential. So I think probably the management, the leadership, understanding that, and then, the financials, right? Knowing how to, knowing what expenses make sense, controlling your wages, that type of thing. And then I just love sales. So I love the whole membership aspect of it. So yeah, I think those are the top three things that have really benefited me in this moving into this new phase.
Yeah, you mentioned the membership model that Glow 30 has. That, in addition to some of the other unique elements that Glow 30 brings, how do you think that sets the experience apart from maybe other franchise opportunities you could have taken?
So the membership model it's a brilliant model, right? I mean, it was started in our industry by Massage Envy, right? These guys were innovators. They did a beautiful job with it. I think that Glow 30 is taking it to another level with the way that they package their memberships and drive their memberships. I think Dr. Lamba is brilliant in so many ways as far as the way that she has structured and modeled the business as a whole. And so I think with the membership, what is so amazing about that is that you can predict your income, right? You know exactly where you need to get to in order to get to your break even, how many members you need. I love the fact that we're working with members and we're building a community. It's not just you come in, you get your facial every month, but they're really engaged, right? They're excited. They're part of something cool. They're part of a cool brand. So it's not just selling memberships, it's creating that community and making them feel like they're part of something. And I think with a lot of membership models, it gets boring. They come in and get the same treatment every month. And with GLO30, we're introducing something new and cool and fun every single month that they're really looking forward to. So there's just so much membership engagement. And that's one of the things I really love about the brand.
Amazing. And I know you recently joined what we call the 100 Membership Club. You've officially sold 100 members at your Glow30 studio, which is incredible. Is there any advice or tips that you could share with our audience or potential Glow30 franchisees, even folks who are already in our system?
Sure. I think for me, just being really connected in the community has been really important for both myself and my partner Scott Shaw. He's extremely well known and well respected in the community. I belong to a women's group. I'm on the leadership team for a women's group. We have over 180 members that are all local here to Old Town. So that community connection is really important. And then I think getting out into the community and doing events and, selling memberships, yes, when you're out in the community and you're setting up a table or you're partnering or you're sponsoring a fitness class or something along those lines, I think that's all really important. Sometimes you sell a membership and sometimes you don't, but you're always getting the word out. You're always inviting people back in. You're exposing them to the brand. You're getting them excited about the brand. I think that if you just sit back and wait for the leads to roll in from your paid advertising, that will maybe get you halfway there, but you're not going to have that growth that you really, really need to be successful here. It's really about building the community and being part of the community. And I think that it's not as satisfying if all you're doing is just calling leads, right? When you've gone out and you have, asserted yourself and made connections and brought that member in and sold that membership yourself, it just is a lot more satisfying and a lot more exciting.
Yes, we love that you're fostering such a strong sense of community and using your pre-existing connections to build that up in your business. Can you share a little bit about the specific events that you've done? Because you're doing things all the time in the community. We'd love to hear about what you've been doing lately.
Sure. So more recently, we have a beautiful space upstairs from our studio. It's like a lounge and it's like a lounge area with a kitchen and everything. So we're able to host mini events up here. So we did a skincare party up here with Solid Core, which is a fitness franchise, I believe. I believe they're a franchise. I think so. But they're all about fitness. They sell memberships. They want to get to know us. They want to know our members. We already have shared members between us, which is really cool. So we hosted an event here for all of their coaches to completely introduce them to GLO30. So they have 16 coaches. So we were able to do that upstairs. They went through their own little facial. We did a skincare quiz. So test your skincare IQ. We did, whoever won the quiz, who had got the most right, they got a gift and that type of thing. So that was super fun. We have also done a lot of outreach where we've gone into high-end residential spaces, set up tables, had giveaways, things like that to get people downstairs. We have a partnership with South Block, who's here in the building with us, but they do acai bowls and smoothies and that type of thing. So they have that younger, healthy client who's interested in skincare, who's interested in taking care of themselves. So we've done a few promotional things with them. That's been really fun. When we do some outside events, they'll provide us, they have a product called Glow Juice. So we do glow juice shots to get people over to our table. That's been fantastic. One of my nurses is very active in the yoga community. So she's done a few of their events, like one was having their 3-year anniversary event. She went there, set up a table, sold. She's probably sold memberships to
Wow.
just this one yoga group, which is they have 3 locations. It's Yoga Six, so that's been really fun. We're going to be doing an event for my women's group here upstairs in the lounge, and we'll have definitely have a tie-in with GLO30, and we'll give them a little tour on the way up on the way upstairs. So we're just sponsoring different events, getting out in the community. I personally have gone to the farmers market, which is a huge, gorgeous farmers market here in Old Town Alexandria. It's at the town hall. It is very well attended. It's very well known. I've set up a table there several times to talk to people. I've sold some memberships, but again, that is just really about getting the word out to people and just being visible. And it's funny because people, I had my table out and it says GLO30, your perfect facial. So anyway, people would say, "Oh, I've heard about this. I've seen this." So it's just another impression, right? That they're getting. So yeah, just finding opportunities where people will let you come in and talk to their market.
And both Samantha and I have been in your studio and have seen your wonderful employees firsthand. Is there any advice you can give on how you've hired your employees or any sort of specific traits that you've looked out for?
Absolutely. I didn't hire anyone for 3 months. I interviewed for 3 months before I hired my first person. And I think your employees are an investment. And I think that you need to hire people that you want to spend time with and that you want to invest in. And so I've done an extensive amount of Forbes 5-star guest service and anticipatory service training. Um, but a lot of that is very formalized. And so I wanted people who could pick up on some of that more formal guest service training, but also that just naturally had an amazing way with people, that they loved engaging, that they wanted to make them happy, that they had a servant's heart, right? You can't train someone to have a servant's heart. They have it or they don't. So it was really about, I'm not an extrovert, but everyone that works for me is. They're very extroverted. Sometimes they drive me crazy. Sometimes they're bouncing off the wall down there. But our members and our potential members love their energy.
Yes, your employees are great. When I went a few weeks ago and got a facial, the woman who gave me the facial, we got along so well. We were talking about everything. And by the time I was done, I was like, oh, I can't wait until I come back and I get to catch up with my friend again. And I think that's exactly what you want out of an employee.
I was here all day on Saturday and it was downright boisterous back there in the treatment rooms. I mean, people were having a blast. People were coming out laughing and chatting and talking about shopping. And it was just, there was a lot of energy happening here. So a lot of engagement and a lot of fun.
Mhm.
You want people who are fun, who want to be here, who love the brand.
Yes, exactly. And on that note, you mentioned Saturday. We heard that you had an outstanding day on Saturday. You made over dollars worth of sales. That's insane. Can you tell
Yes,
us a little bit about that day and how
I
you got to
will.
that point?
Yeah, that is called life giving you lemons and making lemonade. So my full-time spa host had to resign overnight on a Friday night due to health issues. And so I got to work the desk all by myself that day, which I've never done before. So I was, not the smoothest, but no members or guests knew that I didn't know what I was doing really. And the one thing that I can do is sell. The one thing that I am is passionate about GLO30 and passionate about what we can do for our members. And so we just had a bang up day. We had fun. I talked to so many people. Not only did we have a great day that day, but I also spoke with 3 people on the phone and booked them future appointments who are interested in Total Glow. So they didn't purchase that day, but we have them on the book for a future purchase, I'm sure. So yeah, we just had a ton of engagement, and I love talking about GLO30 and really bragging about my amazing service providers. So that was
Well,
what we did that day.
yeah. Well, congratulations on that. Everyone's just so proud of you. And, as one of our very first franchisees to open, we just love to get your thoughts on your experience and any advice that you give to someone who is considering investing in a Glow 30 franchise who might not have, skincare experience or, the background that you might have. Is there any, piece of advice that you could offer?
Again, I think that the information necessary for running a skincare studio with a med spa aspect to it, I think that can be taught. If you're interested and you're a quick study, you can learn what you need to know. There are systems set up that you can simply follow, follow the system, follow the process, follow the model. But I think what you will need is leadership skills. I think that you will need to be able to choose a team, lead a team, train a team, work side by side with the team. Even though I have a full-time job, I've gone from working from home to working within the building. So I work upstairs in the building, so I'm always very accessible. I meet each of the members, or as many as I possibly can. I think I've met most of them. I meet them in person. I shake their hand. I introduce myself. I give them my card. Make sure that it's very personal. So I think you know, you have to make the commitment to be very present and really be available to fully lead your team.
I
Well, thank
love
you so
that.
much. I think that's all of our questions. I mean, this was a great conversation and we learned so much. Sophia, is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I did want to ask you, Janice, if there's anything that, you wanted to give or maybe that we hadn't covered so far.
I think the one thing that I would say is I'm very excited about the franchisee advisory committee that's upcoming. I think that I've met quite a few of the other franchisees, and I respect them very, very much. And I think that I believe in collective intelligence, and I believe that the more people we have who have an influence, who have best practices to share, the more communication that we have, the stronger we will all be. We all know that this franchise is only as strong as the weakest link. So if we have franchises who aren't as strong, we want to be available to reach out and support them and help them. Um, so I'm very excited about us learning more about each other, being able to spend more time together, sharing best practices, getting information from the advisory committee. And I respect, other people have strengths I don't have. And so I want to learn from them.
Very well said. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and offering your advice, your experience, and your wisdom. I think that many potential franchisees who watch this will be able to take away a lot from the advice that you've offered. So thank you, Janice, and thank you, Samantha. We will chat soon.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye bye.
All right.